What am I up to?
Yes.
I'll say something simple. I want to make money and leave a legacy. That's what I'm up to. I grew up in a very disenfranchised family. Uh, my mom was a small business trader in a place called Kawangware in Nairobi, Kenya. And I know when sometimes you talk about growing up in poverty, the first thing people feel for you is pity. But we didn't think of ourselves, at some point we did, but we didn't think of ourselves as poor growing up. We just knew we didn't have good things like the rest of our neighbors. But that didn't make us poor. Because poverty is not just physical. Poverty can be spiritual. Poverty can be emotional. Poverty can come in many forms. And what we lacked in material wealth, oh boy, we had it in everything else. Our family would sleep at 2 a.m. We were always laughing. We were happy. We were excited. My mom would come home and be like, I don't have money for food tonight. And for 2 minutes, we will look at each other startled and we'll be like, what are we going to eat? And then we'll laugh about it and we'll go to sleep and we'll be okay. And I remember one incident that has remained etched in my mind. My mom sent me, or my sister sent me, one of them sent me to go ask, to beg my neighbor for salt, which was common. It's very common in Africa to go to your neighbor to ask for salt, to go and request for just a pin to sew your clothes. We borrow everything from each other, so it's very common. And so I went to my neighbor, and just before I had knocked, because the houses were iron sheets, so you could hear what people were saying inside, I heard them saying, that family is so poor, and I don't know why the mother keeps giving birth like rats. Like the kids are like rats, they're all over, because we were 7 in our family. And I stood there paralyzed. I didn't know if I wanted to knock and borrow the salt or go back and tell my mom or my sister what that person had said about our family. But I eventually knocked and got my salt. And I didn't talk about it when we were eating. I waited maybe 2 days, 3 days, and I brought that. And I said, hey, when I went to borrow the salt the other day, this person said this about our family. And what I was expecting was for my mom or my sister to get really upset about this. But what they said is, did we eat? Yeah. So why do you care what they said about you? Let's keep on moving. And for me, it was like, oh, such a validation. You just have to keep looking. So with the poverty, with the things I've experienced as a young person, struggling with my sexuality, struggling with who I am, my identity, at this point, what I've been up to really is I want to build a place, a space for people to find themselves the way I found myself. For people to be consensually vulnerable with each other. For people to find the familial and the kindred spirit that they found when they were kids, if they did, and if they didn't find what they've been missing in their life. What I'm trying to build is this unique, intentional, beautiful space that is open for all people with no judgment attached. So whatever way you want to live your life, live it. Because this community will accept you the way you are. That's what I've been up to. And it's been glorious because I will say this, our goals have remained the same mission when we started 5 years ago, to inspire a robust and expansive way of practicing spirituality and promote the intersectionality of faith with the arts, with the education and technology. We've remained true to that mission, bringing the arts, bringing education, bringing issues of faith and spirituality, bringing technology, utilizing technology to its fullest potential to reach as many people as we can. And that's why today I was really excited when you sat here and you could experience a meditation from someone else who was not in the same location with you. Or you could experience friendship and love from people who are far away from you and you're not in the same room. But yet you build intentionally the community that even when people are so far away, you feel like they're with you the whole time. That's what I've been up to and that's what I'm building.